USS Constellation, CV-64, was a remarkable aircraft carrier that served the United States Navy with distinction. The ship, part of the Kitty Hawk-class supercarriers, earned its name in honor of the constellation of stars on the American flag. Renowned for its speed, Constellation was not only celebrated for winning a battlegroup race in 1985, but was also affectionately called Connie by its crew and recognized as America's flagship. The construction of Constellation commenced on September 14, 1957 at the New York Naval Shipyard, after the contract was awarded on July 1, 1956. The ship was christened and launched on October 8, 1960, with Mary Herter, the wife of Secretary of State Christian Herter, serving as its sponsor. After completion, Constellation was delivered to the Navy on October 1, 1961 and officially commissioned on October 27, 1961, with Captain T.J. Walker assuming command. The construction cost of Constellation was approximately $264.5 million, and it was the last conventional U.S. aircraft carrier built at a shipyard other than Newport News Shipbuilding and Drydock Company. Sadly, Constellation was eventually dismantled in Brownsville, Texas, between 2015 and 2017. The journey of Constellation was not without challenges. During its construction in December 1960, a catastrophic fire broke out while the ship was at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. The fire, caused by a series of unfortunate events, extensively damaged the carrier and resulted in the loss of 50 shipyard workers' lives. It took the heroic efforts of firefighters 17 hours to extinguish the flames, but the incident caused a 7-month delay in the ship's commissioning. Despite the setback, Constellation prevailed and was able to overcome the trials it faced during its construction phase. In the early years of its service, Constellation demonstrated its capabilities and readiness. It embarked on initial air operations off the Virginia Capes, successfully conducting catapult launches and arrested landings. After completing local operations, the carrier embarked on a 2-month shakedown cruise in the Caribbean Sea. Later, Constellation was transferred to the U.S. Pacific Fleet, marking a significant milestone in its deployment history. The carrier undertook a 2-month voyage around Cape Horn to its new home port of San Diego, California. From there, it began workup exercises for its maiden deployment to the Western Pacific as part of the U.S. 7th Fleet. During its deployments, Constellation played a crucial role in the Vietnam War. It carried out armed photo reconnaissance missions over Laos and engaged in airstrikes on North Vietnamese targets. The carrier's air wing achieved significant milestones, including downing enemy aircraft and providing critical support to ground troops. Constellation's pilots showcased exceptional skills and bravery, exemplified by Lieutenant, Junior Grade, Everett Alvarez Jr., who became one of the first prisoners of war during the Vietnam War. The ship and its air wing received commendations for their outstanding contributions and combat performance. In addition to its combat missions, Constellation became the center of attention for anti-war protests and racial tensions. San Diego became the site of significant anti-Vietnam War campaigns, and Constellation found itself under scrutiny. The ship's role in the war and the racial inequalities within the Navy sparked demonstrations and controversies. The crew members' protests against racism and the ship's involvement in unpopular conflicts brought about changes and discussions within the military. After completing numerous combat deployments and undergoing necessary maintenance and overhaul periods, Constellation continued to serve the Navy faithfully. It maintained its readiness and carried out its duties, contributing to the security and defense of the United States. The ship's dedication, along with the commitment of its crew, exemplified the values. The ship's dedication, along with the commitment of its crew, exemplified the values of the United States Navy. Constellation underwent several modernization programs throughout its service life to enhance its capabilities and ensure it remained a formidable force. It received upgrades such as the installation of the N/SPS 4080 3D air search radar and the Phalanx close-in weapon system, CIWS, for enhanced defense against anti-ship missiles. Constellation also participated in various multinational exercises, including RIMPAC, Rim of the Pacific exercise, which involved navies from different countries. These exercises helped foster cooperation and interoperability among allied nations and contributed to the overall security in the Pacific region. After more than 4 decades of service, USS Constellation was decommissioned on August 7, 2003, marking the end of an illustrious era. The ship was subsequently stricken from the Naval Vessel Register on December 2, 2003, and was scheduled for disposal. In 2014, the Navy announced that Constellation would be dismantled at the International Shipbreaking Limited facility in Brownsville, Texas. The dismantling process took place between 2015 and 2017, bringing an end to the ship's remarkable journey. USS Constellation's legacy lives on through the memories of those who served aboard her and the significant contributions she made to the defense of the United States. The ship's storied history, from its construction and commissioning to its active service and ultimate retirement, remains an important part of the Navy's heritage.